Hey y'all, hey. So today I want to talk about why I was what I call an angry wife when I first got married. And there are 2 or 3 reasons why I believe I was so angry. And one, it was a lot of transition going on. I moved to another state. I moved out of my father's house. I had briefly lived on my own once. I got married when I was 39. I briefly lived on my own for a year before. Other than that, I was in my father's house. So there was that, a new environment, new state, a job where I was working fully remote. That was my first time working a fully remote job. And so there was a lot of transition, and I was used to having my own time and doing what I wanted to do with my time. I wasn't used to sharing my time other than, being with my daughter and doing the things that my daughter needed. But in the evening times when she went to bed, I was at liberty to work on my business, grow it, stay up as late as I wanted to, and didn't have to worry about, being there for somebody else. Now, when I moved to another state, after we got married, I couldn't do those same things. I still stayed up, and there were times where my time was very limited with my husband because I was trying to learn my new job, and because I was also working on my business. But in hindsight, I needed to make some adjustments to be there for my husband. So when he wanted me to just sit on the couch with him, watch a movie, or just be with him, come to bed, as opposed to staying up all night working on professional development, working on business, working on my job, just go to bed, come with me to bed, and it was like a pull on my time. So that was one reason. And then the other thing is that my husband is very intelligent. He is looked at in his family as the one to go to for advice and wisdom. He's looked at among his peers as one to go to for advice. He's a problem solver. He's been married before, and in that marriage, I think he very much taught his former spouse a lot of things. They were young when they got married, and he's just looked at as just the source of so much information, and people go to him. And I felt like that he wasn't acknowledging my genius, the things I knew. And in other cases, I felt like it was the feeling that my intelligence was being insulted. And I know he wasn't doing it intentionally, but he's so used to being the one that's looked to for wisdom. And some things that he would tell me, like, you're going through the school zone, for example, you might slow down through this school zone. Okay, I was 39, or maybe this happened when I had already reached 40, or whenever it happened, I know to slow down through the school zone. Some things I just know from life, from experience, because I've lived and I've learned. And that was one thing that made me angry, not recognizing that, okay, I'm not like, a early 20-something that you married. I'm a 39-year-old woman. And I'm intelligent. I've had experiences. I know things. I've been places. I'm not that well traveled, so let me not say that. But basic stuff that I felt like he was telling me that it really was an insult to me. So that was something that led to me being, kicking against it. Led to me being a little bit resentful. Well, maybe resentful is not even the right word, but I just didn't appreciate that, and that was contributed to the angry wife. We're great now. We're 6 years in. I've addressed some of the things that gave me pause. I've recognized some of the things that I did that contributed to my internal discomfort. So what about you? What adjustments did you have to make when you got married? What did your adjustment period look like? I shared what my adjustment period included. What about you? Did you have some unrealistic expectations? What did you have to give up that you didn't realize you had to give up when you got married? Did you feel like your spouse did not acknowledge you as a full person? Were there some parts of you that you felt you had to lift up before your spouse so that they could recognize that this is how you interact with me? Perhaps you feel like they carry some things over from a prior marriage or a prior relationship, and they interacted with you as they interacted with that prior relationship. Y'all let me know, what was your adjustment period like when you got married? What would you do differently in hindsight? All right, y'all, talk to you later.